was so surprised when I saw that he has such a plain-looking girl in his life. A girl like that as a sister-in-law? Oh, that's the worst. I really don't want to invite her to the wedding. She has to make herself look a little more presentable first, or I'm not sending her an invite.
Excuse me, who are you?
It's me, Layla. I just came over to greet you earlier.
Oh, you're my brother's fiancé, right? Sorry, I didn't have a chance to properly greet you earlier because I wasn't feeling well. By the way, how did you get my contact information?
I got it from him. I thought I should let you know that I don't want to invite someone ugly to the wedding.
I see. When I saw you earlier, you seemed like a well-mannered lady, but now you're being pretty rude. Calling someone ugly on your first meeting?
No. If someone's not cute or good-looking, it's because they're lazy and don't put in the effort. I think it's fine to say whatever to people like that.
That's quite a strong opinion you've got there.
And you're still living with your parents at that age? Pathetic. The world isn't so sweet that it'll let you be nice to someone like that.
Wow, you really showed your true nature. Now I'm questioning my brother's judgment. I can't believe he's planning to marry someone like you.
What? What are you talking about? I wouldn't treat someone like you the same way I treat him. He's handsome and good-looking, so of course I treat him accordingly. What's wrong with that?
I see. So you're one of those people who change their attitude based on appearance. I won't deny that there are people like that, but it's clear now that you look down on me. But even though we're not family yet, you should think twice about your attitude. Don't you think that's a bit much?
I don't even want to think of you as family. Being related to someone so ugly, that's a bit much. I'll have to ask him to keep his distance from you.
So you're not planning to apologize, huh? Don't worry, I'll put on my best performance at the wedding. You'll see.
Wow, that's hilarious. No matter what you do, you're still going to be ugly.
Long time no see, Mike. Sorry to jump into work talk so suddenly, but I was hoping you could help me with the setup for the wedding. Is that something you could do?
Wow, Alexa! It's been a while since we've talked, so I'm happy to hear from you about work. But are you sure you want me to do it? I mean, for a wedding, there are professionals who specialize in that, right? Wouldn't it be safer to go with one of them? You know how we tend to go overboard with flashy stuff because of our jobs.
It's fine, actually. I really want to ask you, though. You're the one who's been helping me look my best for years, Mika. I trust you completely.
You trust me that much? All right, I got it. I'll make sure everything's perfect and you'll look amazing on the big day.
Thank you. Please make sure I look the most beautiful of anyone.
Well, that might be going a little too far. You're putting a lot of energy into this, so what's going on? Is something happening that's making you so determined?
Actually, the truth is,
What? Are you serious? What's up with that person? How could someone say something like that to a relative they're meeting for the first time? What kind of mentality is that? It's like she's a total appearance supremacist, right? She must look down on anyone who doesn't meet their standards of beauty. She really thinks she can say whatever she wants to people she deems less pretty than herself?
in a way, she's probably capable of discriminating against others if you push it far enough.
All right, well, if that's the case, I'll put in even more effort than usual. Maybe it's time to teach her a lesson. Let's show them who she's messing with. I'm going to make sure she realizes what kind of person she's picking a fight with.
Right? I've got my pride as a woman too, so I'm going to make sure I repay her properly for this.
What's going on here? How did this happen? Was that you sitting in the family section?
Yes, it was me. What's wrong? Are you that surprised?
Well, of course I'm surprised. Who are you? You look like a completely different person. You've changed so much. It's like you've had plastic surgery or something. What's going on? You used to be a plain girl, didn't you?
Oh, you don't know, do you? Well, let me tell you. I was the #1 hostess back in the day.
#1? No way. Even so, you've changed way too much.
You don't understand, do you? It's been a huge transformation. I've always had a very dramatic shift in my appearance, and right now I can't focus on beauty like I used to, for personal reasons, so I've been staying pretty plain at home. But you asked me to attend the wedding in a way that wouldn't embarrass you in public, so I did just that. How do I look? No complaints, right?
I have nothing but complaints.
Why? I didn't wear any excessive makeup. I kept it appropriate. I was careful not to break any wedding etiquette, but I guess maybe I outshined you in the wedding dress, didn't I? I can see why you're upset now. Sorry about drawing all the attention to myself in the venue.
What the hell? Why are you getting more attention than me? The bride? This is insane. I should be the one getting all the focus, not you. This is so unfair. How could you make the bride look bad?
Isn't it that people who aren't cute just don't make the effort? So, in that case, doesn't it mean you're to blame for not putting in the effort to maintain yourself since the guests are outshining you? But before you criticize others' looks, maybe you should work on your inner self first. Your inner ugliness is starting to show.
What? You think you can talk to me like that?
I'm not insulting you, I'm just stating the facts. And as for that strong attitude you have, it's only a matter of time before it backfires on you.
What did you just say? I don't get it. It's all your fault. You've ruined everything. This is awful. You ruined the wedding. What the hell was that speech?
I was just showing everyone your true nature since they were all being fooled by you. And I didn't say anything wrong, did I? I just told them that the bride thinks it's okay to say anything to people who don't meet her standards of beauty. The truth hurts, doesn't it? But you don't want to face it. You just want to keep pretending everything's fine and dandy, but it's clear you're just hiding behind your pride.
That doesn't justify exposing the message like that. Do you even understand what you've done? You have completely destroyed your own brother's wedding. This isn't some small mistake. You have taken everything and ruined it in front of everyone.
He's aware of everything, actually.
What? Are you telling me he knew all along and still went through with this? He's your brother. How could he let you do this?
In fact, I talked to him about your true nature before the wedding started. I even showed him the messages, but at first, he didn't believe me. I tried to make him understand, but of course, he was blinded by his own attachment to you. So I told him to have a proper conversation with you. But you, when your brother tried to confront you, you just played dumb and refused to talk about it seriously, didn't you?
Of course I did. I didn't do anything wrong. Why would I waste my time with a pointless conversation? I was just telling the truth, that's all. There's no reason for me to waste my breath on something that doesn't concern me. It's not like anyone cares about what I say, right?
But I believe that communication is key in a marriage. Your brother told me that you wouldn't even engage in a proper conversation with him. No matter what he said, you just deflected it, and he's starting to feel that you'll run away from any issue in the future. The way you've been handling this whole situation, avoiding responsibility and hiding behind excuses, has only made him feel more distant. He's feeling a strong sense of distrust towards you now, and that's something he can't just ignore.
What? It's because you made things worse by saying things to make me look bad. You're turning everything around, blaming me for your own mess. You have no idea what it's like to be in my shoes. You just don't understand.
I only showed him the messages you sent to me. Your brother tried to talk things through with you, but you just kept running away instead of facing him. So, I forced you into a position where you couldn't escape the conversation. How was it? Even the guests were shocked by your behavior, by your attitude. Everyone could see through your excuses. It wasn't just me. They saw it too.
Why is no one agreeing with me? This is unbelievable. Wait, are they in on it too? Oh, this is insane. Is this what you call being life partners? I can't believe I'm the one left out here, left to deal with the fallout of everything you've done.
I don't want to hear anything from someone who's always running away from their partner and only pushing their own agenda. You're not even trying to make things right. This is the kind of person you are, and it's pathetic.
This is insane. People who aren't beautiful make others uncomfortable. Being at least somewhat presentable is a basic human duty. People who aren't beautiful shouldn't even have human rights. Why am I the one being attacked? Why should I be the one to back down when I've been the one who's had to take responsibility for your mess? This whole situation is just ridiculous.
Your arguments won't hold up. If you truly believe you're not in the wrong, then you should stop hiding in the dressing room and face everyone proudly. Stop running away from the consequences of your actions. You're not going to get away with this by playing the victim anymore.
This is absolutely ridiculous. 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 I don't get it at all. Today should be the happiest day of my life. It's my wedding, but here I am hearing that he wants to separate from me. Why the hell is he saying something like that?
It's because you completely lost control and went into a hysterical meltdown. I've never seen anything like it. You're already ugly, and yet you're acting like you're something special, grabbing my hair, throwing a tantrum. Who wouldn't want to separate from someone who acts like that? It's humiliating.
Because of you, I got blocked by all my friends. You're trying to isolate me, aren't you?
Well, if you're going to hit and insult the guests who tried to stop you from causing a scene, of course they're going to want nothing to do with you. Everything that's happening right now is because of your own actions. If you'd calmed down and had a proper conversation with me, I would have accepted your apology, and everything could have been resolved.
You are such a loser living with your parents. There is no way I'm going to apologize to someone like you, someone from the bottom of the social ladder.
But no, you just couldn't stop yourself. The bottom of the ladder, huh? Well, I guess it's understandable that someone like you would have those kinds of biases against someone like me. But you know what? It's about time you got rid of that delusion you have. You really have no idea, do you? I'm neither a loser nor someone at the bottom of the heap. I've already sent you the website and photos, didn't I? If you just took a moment to look, you'd immediately see who I really am. The truth is right there for you to discover, but I doubt you'll bother with that.
You're the CEO? What's with this website?
That's our company's homepage. I retired from being a cabaret girl, and now my husband and I run a dress rental business together. We specialize in wedding dresses and other formal attire.
You're married?
I never said I wasn't married. I was thinking about retiring from the cabaret business when I met my husband, and we got married. Given my background, I was used to working with dresses, even though my job was a bit controversial. My husband was already in the wedding dress rental business, so I started helping him out. It made sense, and it wasn't as hard as people think to transition.
But how can you be running a company? That's impossible.
Well, it's been 5 years since we got married, and I've been managing the part of the business that handles dresses for things like cosplay and nightlife events, things that aren't for weddings. I always had a knack for fashion, and working in a more relaxed environment allowed me to apply that. It was a natural fit. I've made it work. It's not impossible when you put in the effort, even if others might doubt me.
Then why are you still living with your parents? You're married.
I told you before, I have my reasons for not being able to focus on beauty right now. I'm pregnant. I'm due in a few months.
Pregnant?
Yes, pregnant. I thought I made that clear to you, considering you're the one hosting the wedding. I didn't want to make a big deal of it, but I'm at a stage where I need to rest and take care of myself. I'm not as focused on looking perfect for the wedding as you probably expected. But here's the truth. Despite everything, I still manage to run a business, support my family, and keep things together, even when I'm feeling physically drained. Do you understand? The woman you've been calling a plain Jane and a loser is actually a businesswoman who runs a company, and all she needed to do was put on a regular party dress and basic makeup, and she ended up attracting all the attention at your wedding. It's a weird feeling to say it myself, but yes, I'm a beauty, even though you and others may not have thought so.
This is unbelievable. Someone who is ugly to begin with is always going to be ugly, no matter what they do. That's why I worked so hard, struggled, and changed so much. I put in the effort, so there is no way someone like you who didn't try could possibly be better than me.
You think I didn't try? You think I didn't struggle too? I've worked hard to get where I am now, and no matter how much you judge me, I don't owe anyone an apology for who I've become. I'm not the same person I was before, but it wasn't about just looking pretty or changing my exterior. It was about finding my strength, realizing my worth, and doing what I could to build something better for myself. I may not fit your standard of beauty, but I know my value, and it's something you'll never see, no matter how hard you try to force people into your narrow view of things. Don't keep sending me hateful messages every day. I blocked you, but you keep creating new accounts. What do you want from me?
Shut up. I can't stand how lucky you are. You don't deserve any of it.
Even if that's what you think, why don't you try putting in the effort to be lucky too?
I already did. That's how I stopped getting bullied.
Bullied?
Yes, I used to be ugly. I was bullied because of it. I learned the hard way that ugly people don't have rights. So why the hell are you so happy? You come from a background like that, working the lowest of jobs. Why are you still smiling?
You think the job I did was easy? You think I got here by just sitting pretty? You're wrong. Being a hostess is tough. People assume it's just about looking good, but that's not true. In the nightlife, beauty is a given. It's expected. If you're going to make it, you need more than just looks. You need substance. You need to be able to stand out, to make people want to be around you. I didn't have it easy. I worked hard, struggled with what little I had, and that's how I got where I am. I'm happy now, yes, but it wasn't given to me. If you want to change your life, maybe stop blaming me and start looking at your own actions. The reason you're unhappy is because of the choices you've made. It's not my fault. It's not fate. It's what you did. She's just so persistent. No matter how many times I block her, it never matters.
You really attracted a strange one, huh? Guess that's always been the case, though.
Yeah, when you're a hostess, dealing with creepy customers is just part of the job. But to be stalked like this? It's been a while since I've had someone obsess over me this much. I'm exhausted.
I think it's better she sees herself as prettier than you. She's probably desperate to prove it.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Well then, how about entering a beauty contest? It'll let someone else decide who's better based on a fair assessment. And to make it even, I'll do your hair and makeup for both of you. What do you think?
Do you think she'd actually go for something like that? She's in. Fast, huh?
Wow, that was quick. She's desperate, huh?
I guess she really believes in her own beauty, huh? That's fine and all, but it's clear she wants to prove she's prettier than me and to make me the laughingstock. That's her plan.
Well, I saw her pictures, and yeah, she's cute in her own way. But her attitude, it ruins everything. Still, if she's eager to go for it, let her. She'll see just where she stands in comparison. Oh, and give me her contact info. I'm going to be dealing with her from now on, after all.
You be careful too, though.
Don't worry about me. I've been handling all kinds of people, even from the club world. I can handle pretty much anything that comes my way. You ruined everything. You didn't even try, and that's why I got rejected in the interview. I should have never trusted a useless, mediocre hairstylist like you. I bet it was that woman's influence. She probably told you to mess up my hair and makeup on purpose. Wow, you're really something, huh? That's impressive. You know, despite seeing you several times for maintenance over the past month, you're still acting like my skills are the issue. I did exactly what you asked for with both the hairstyle and makeup. If it didn't work out, maybe it's not a matter of skill, but of your aesthetic standards. My sense of style is perfect, okay? It's your fault for not being able to replicate it. But didn't we go over the details and confirm everything multiple times before the event? And if you got through the first round but were rejected in the second, don't you think the issue might have been with the interview process itself? I shouldn't have been rejected. How come she made it to the next round while I got cut? Well, you know, Alexa was probably going to move forward too. She said she had to withdraw, though. Withdraw? Yes, she's pregnant, you know. She actually wanted to continue, but in the end, she had to step out. So, I guess it just means Alexa was more beautiful than you, after all. What the heck do I do now? I've been bragging about this contest all over social media, and now I'm going to look like a joke. Oh, I saw your posts, yeah. But honestly, it was pretty obvious you were going to get rejected. Because, let's face it, your inside doesn't match your outside. And that's something no amount of makeup or hairstyling can fix. What is this bill? I've never seen this before. Come on now, you signed a contract with us. Remember? We agreed that if you didn't make it to the third round, you'd be responsible for paying all the maintenance, hairstyling, and makeup services up to that point. But this is outrageous. It's such an overpriced ripoff. I explained the fees to you up front, didn't I? I don't think you misunderstood the part about it being free if you made it past the rounds, but the fact remains you were still a paying client. I didn't perform any high-end services without your request, and I made sure to confirm everything with you. We went through multiple sessions of maintenance from the first round's photos to the second interview, so in reality, the price is actually quite reasonable for the work done. I'm not paying for this. You can't just charge me out of nowhere like this. It's illegal. You plan on avoiding the bill, huh? I wouldn't recommend that. You know where our shop is located, don't you? It's in a busy part of the city, and while we mostly serve people from the nightlife industry, we occasionally have some, well, more serious clients who visit. What? I'm just saying, if you decide to go down that path, I might have to consult with those I know to let them know about your situation. You know, it'd be such a shame if it came to that. It might cause some unwanted attention to you. What the heck is that? Are you threatening me? I'm not threatening you. I'm just reminding you that you're the one breaking the contract, and if you don't settle this, it could cause a bit of trouble. So if you don't want that, I'd suggest you pay what's owed. I didn't expect this, but it's really blowing up, huh? Are you okay? Okay, I am definitely not okay. This is a nightmare right now. You know a lot of people, right? Can you do something to help me out? I really can't help you with this, and honestly, it's your own fault. You posted about being in a major contest, tagged everything to brag about it, and then made it public. You do realize that posting like that is going to get you noticed, right? And then it caught the attention of those you've wronged. I never bullied anyone. Come on, let's be real. You were the one who made those comments about how anyone who's not beautiful doesn't matter, right? You were constantly belittling others. It's no surprise that your past posts are being dug up and shared now. You're facing a massive backlash, and at this rate, people might even track down your address. You should probably delete those posts before it gets worse. This can't be happening. Why do I have to apologize to someone like her? This is just too much. Why are past photos being posted online? I just participated in the contest and now this happens. Well, this was unexpected, even for me. It seems you had quite a few people who didn't like you, but honestly, you're cute. Though I didn't realize you had gotten plastic surgery. I personally think cosmetic surgery, despite the pain, is a form of effort, so I'm not here to judge. Exactly! I was ugly, so I got bullied. That's why I spent money, endured pain, and worked hard to change myself. I finally became beautiful, and now everyone's turning on me. Why is everyone saying such horrible things about me? I've worked so hard. Why are they supporting the people who never tried to improve themselves like those ugly girls? Wow, really playing the victim here. If you've put so much effort into changing your appearance, don't you think you could have put the same effort into improving your inner self, too? Bring your brother out here. I know he's at your family's place. He's gotta be there, right?
He's not coming here. You should know by now that my family situation is well known, so no, he's not stepping foot in this house. And seriously, what's going on now? Why this sudden demand?
He told me he wants a divorce. I can't believe this. I'm the one getting trashed online and he's turning his back on me. You have to do something. You're his sister. You should fix this. Convince him to stay with me.
You think I can fix this now? Honestly, at this point, convincing him would be a waste of time. Your brother tried countless times to have a real conversation with you, tried to understand where you were coming from, but you kept shutting him down, acting like everything was someone else's fault. You turned a blind eye to his attempts to talk, and now everything that happened with your past, the bullying you went through, the things you said to others, how you treated them, it's all coming back, and it's tearing everything apart. The anger, the hurt, the embarrassment. People are digging up your old posts, finding your personal information. Isn't it obvious why he wants to get out?
But why now? I worked so hard. I was bullied and I changed everything about myself to escape that. How can he just give up on me like this? I did everything, didn't I? I went through all that pain and now it's like it means nothing.
Yes, you worked hard. I'll give you that. Cosmetic surgery is not something easy or cheap. You had the courage to go through that pain, to make yourself look different, and I see that. But let's be clear, the issue isn't just your appearance. It's about who you became while you were changing.
What do you mean? You don't understand. I'm finally beautiful.
No, you don't get it. Your problem was never just the way you looked. You used your beauty as a weapon to feel superior, and that's what really caused all this. You're so focused on your outward transformation, but you failed to transform yourself inside. You looked down on people who didn't fit your ideas of beauty. You used their insecurities to elevate yourself. That's what fueled your behavior. How do you expect anyone to support you when you can't even respect the people around you? You never took the time to consider how your words and actions affected others. That's why no one's on your side now. It's not about your looks, it's about your character.
But beautiful people, they always get everything, don't they? People adore them. They give them what they want.
That's not how it works. True beauty isn't about how many compliments you get or how many eyes follow you in a room. It's about how you treat others, how you carry yourself, how you handle conflict. That's real beauty. You thought you could get by on your looks alone, and that's where you went wrong. You've spent so much time investing in yourself on the outside, but none of that mattered when your inner self was still so ugly. And now, everything you've worked for on the surface is crumbling because no one wants to stay close to someone who hasn't worked on their heart. You're being punished for the neglect you've shown towards others, and no amount of surgery can fix that.
But I did all of this for me, for my future, for my happiness.
You can't expect happiness if you ignore the people around you. You thought that changing yourself would make you happy, but happiness comes from within, not from a physical transformation. You can't build a life on looks alone. You need empathy, kindness, and respect. Without those, you'll always be left wondering why the people you want to love you are so distant. This isn't just about your appearance. It's about the damage you've done to others and how you haven't been able to recognize that. You lived your life thinking you were entitled to everything because of your looks. Now you see the truth. It's all crashing down, and it's your own fault. The world doesn't care if you look good on the outside if you've been ugly on the inside, and it's too late to change that now. Layla found herself at the center of a massive online outrage. Her personal information, including her address, was exposed to the public. This breach of privacy sparked a firestorm of malicious attention that was hard to escape. The consequences of this event weighed heavily on her, and she found herself at the mercy of constant online harassment. Each day, she lived in fear, dreading the next message, the next comment, the next invasion of her privacy. The situation was dire, and it was clear that Layla's inability to connect with others in a meaningful way had left her isolated. She had spent so much of her time creating enemies, alienating those who could have been supportive, and pushing people away when they tried to help. Now, as the consequences of her actions came crashing down, there was no one left to stand by her side. People who might have once cared had long since walked away, exhausted by her toxic behavior, and unwilling to be caught in the crossfire of her drama. It wasn't just her public image that was damaged. Layla had lost the ability to trust anyone, and others had lost the ability to trust her. The emotional toll was crushing, and I couldn't help but feel a twinge of pity for her. Despite her actions, I knew that deep down she was struggling in ways that she couldn't express, but at the same time, I couldn't ignore the fact that she had created this situation for herself. Now, all she had left was loneliness. A future where she would be forced to navigate the world alone, without the support of friends, family, or even acquaintances. Her actions had consequences, and there was no one to blame but herself. The idea that she might one day learn from this experience seemed distant, perhaps even impossible. She had already built so many walls around herself that it felt as though redemption was out of reach. But life often has a way of humbling us, of forcing us to reckon with our past choices. And maybe one day, Layla would understand the weight of what she had done and find a way to rebuild. However, I couldn't be sure if she would ever get there. Some people, it seemed, were destined to repeat their mistakes forever, caught in a cycle they couldn't break free from. On the other hand, my life was evolving in a completely different direction. As my pregnancy progressed, my belly grew rounder with each passing day, and I found myself slowly transitioning into a new role, the role of a mother. It was an overwhelming and yet incredibly fulfilling experience. As I felt the changes in my body, I felt the changes in my heart as well. The realization that soon I would be responsible for another human being. A little life was something that began to sink in more and more every day. Though I was excited, there was also an underlying sense of anxiety. I didn't have the luxury of focusing on my appearance anymore, not with the physical demands of pregnancy and the emotional shifts that came with it. My focus had to shift. I had to let go of superficial concerns, at least for the time being. But despite the exhaustion and the toll that carrying a child took on my body, I couldn't ignore the fact that one day, my child would look up to me. Not just as a mother, but as a woman. I wanted to ensure that I was not only someone they could rely on, but someone they could be proud of. I didn't want to be obsessed with appearances, but there was a part of me that knew the importance of self-care. It wasn't just about looking good, it was about setting an example for my child. I wanted to maintain my health and well-being so that I could be the best mother I could be. It was about finding balance between caring for myself and preparing for this new chapter of my life. In the future, when my child grew old enough to understand, I wanted them to know that I had taken care of myself. Not for vanity, but for the sake of being a strong, capable parent. I wanted to be a role model, someone who could show them that self-respect and self-love are just as important as love for others.